You ever wonder what it really takes to turn struggle into power? To take life's chaos and transform it into a strategy that builds influence, respect, and legacy? Today, we're diving deep into ambition, accountability, and controversy. Because if you want to understand the culture, the industry, and the people shaping it, you can't look away. Stay with me. You'll want to hear every word. It's Nalan. Before we dive in, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this with the people in your circle. Let them know what we're unpacking today. Trust me, this one matters. Let's get into it. Life moves in turbulence, unpredictable, relentless, and powerful enough to reshape your trajectory. In life, permanent choices are often born from temporary disturbances. A moment of pressure, a flash decision that alters the course forever. Every struggle I've faced has left an imprint, whether it was juggling double payments, balancing rent with food, or standing at the crossroads of choices that seemed small at the time but carried massive weight. The mind battles the body, instinct clashes with wisdom. You pray for guidance, you beg for alignment, you look for meaning in every setback, every late night, every hard lesson. If life could be rewritten, I would amend chapters the way screenplay writers refine scenes, removing needless pain, preserving only growth. My history hasn't been gentle. A childhood shaped by responsibility instead of leisure. A young adulthood packed with jobs that paid bills but never dreams. Like millions of Americans, I've felt the weight of debt. In 2025, total U.S. consumer debt exceeded $17 trillion, the highest in history, forcing ordinary people to make hard choices every day. You don't just pay bills, you negotiate your own survival. You pray for strength, you ask for purpose. Like retracing the lines of a family tree, I study the legacy of those who came before me. I chart the sacrifices, the generational shifts, and the moments no one talks about at dinner tables. The devil truly hides in the details. Every statistic, every number represents a human story, and in every struggle there is context. So when we talk about turbulence, we're not just talking metaphor, we're talking lived experience. Now let's pivot that lens and bring this into the music world, where facts meet fame. And impact is measured not just in emotion, but in real numbers. When it comes to Kanye West, a figure as influential as he is controversial, the impact he's had on music is undeniable. Between 2004 and 2022, Kanye released 10 solo studio albums, most of them reaching #1 on the Billboard 200. The College Dropout, his debut, went platinum multiple times and helped redefine the sound of mainstream hip-hop. Late Registration and Graduation continued that streak, each selling millions of copies worldwide and changing the soundscape of modern music. Across his career, Kanye has sold over 140 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling artists of the 21st century. He has earned 24 Grammy Awards, more than any other hip-hop artist in history, and he has been named in Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest artists of all time. These aren't subjective praise. These are industry milestones backed by chart data and accolades. But turbulence doesn't only belong to underground wrestlers or anonymous workers. It belongs to icons, too. Kanye's career hasn't just been about hits, it's been about waves. In 2013, he interrupted VMA stages. In 2018, he topped charts despite mixed reviews. In 2021, Donda became one of the most streamed albums in the world, debuting at #1 on Billboard and generating over 775 million on demand streams in its first week alone. Those are textbook numbers, figures that prove influence, but context matters more than impact. Behind those figures are tens of millions of listeners, real people giving their time and emotion. And when an artist carries personal controversy into public life, the conversation shifts from art to accountability. That juxtaposition is where we sit today, an industry shaped by numbers and culture shaped by choices. I stand here, not just narrating struggle as a metaphor, but recognizing it as lived experience, one shared by countless people balancing survival with purpose, responsibility with aspiration. You feel the numbers because they aren't abstract, they're human. They echo through careers, communities, and the way we define success. The burdens I carry are heavy, each one a weight that shapes my choices and tests my resolve. More money brings problems. Studies show that high earners often face heightened stress, complex financial obligations, and increased scrutiny, while less money brings restriction, limiting freedom and opportunities. More children bring their own chaos, a beautiful but relentless challenge that transforms your life in ways numbers alone can't capture. I've faced betrayal, been underestimated by promo. Ters who thought my ambition was a passing phase and watched as others tried to manipulate my path. Yet I persist, moving with purpose guided by my own intentions, refusing to let external forces dictate my trajectory. I have no patience for submission, no need for auditions to prove my worth. My persona is ever-evolving, every experience reshaping me like a sculpture in motion. My writing is my legacy, a tapestry built over years of observation, discipline, and reflection, echoing with the weight of truths that many overlook. My connection to the universe is unshakable, a quiet certainty that guides my hustle. I move with precision, aware that timing can elevate or destroy you, that opportunities come and go faster than the blink of an eye. Culture often forgets its roots, and mental slavery still lingers in subtle ways, systems, expectations, and histories that chain our perception of freedom. Yet I continue the fight, navigating a world where independence is earned, integrity is tested, and the pursuit of liberty is a daily endeavor. Every action, every choice is calculated, deliberate, and infused with the knowledge that life rewards those who hustle with purpose, who understand both the numbers and the narratives that shape our reality. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your kid, Jay Nolan, back with another episode of Inside the Industry, your go-to source for music and entertainment commentary. I hope everyone out there is holding it down and thriving. Today, we need to address a figure who has dominated headlines filled with both accolades and controversies, Kanye West, or Ye, or whatever iteration of his identity he's claiming at the moment. For years, Kanye has remained at the eye of cultural storms, blending brilliance and chaos in ways few artists have. Earlier this year, he issued a formal apology to the Jewish community following a string of anti-Semitic remarks that had drawn widespread condemnation. He included a brief mention of Black communities, a gesture that many, myself included, perceived as an afterthought. For decades, his music and influence were supported by Black audiences worldwide, fueling his rise from the South Side of Chicago to global superstardom. Yet after years of alignment with controversial political movements, including his very public MAGA endorsement and a series of other polarizing actions, that brief acknowledgement felt hollow, almost performative. The timing of his so-called cancellation is telling. His anti-Semitic tirades were widely reported and criticized, but it wasn't until he offended a specific community that tangible consequences seemed to emerge: sponsorship withdrawals, canceled appearances, and industry-wide backlash. It's a stark reminder that influence in entertainment isn't measured solely by artistry or legacy, but by the communities you offend, the audiences you alienate, and the social contracts you breach. Kanye's story is as much about cultural power as it is about music, about how public figures navigate accountability when their actions collide with the broader society that has long both elevated and scrutinized them. Now the consequences of Kanye's actions are beginning to catch up with him. This past weekend, he headlined a massive, sold-out concert at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, a venue that holds over 70,000 people. The energy was electric, the crowd roaring with anticipation, and the production scale was nothing short of spectacular: giant stages, immersive visuals, and surprise guest appearances that reminded everyone why he was once considered untouchable in the industry. Yet personally, I have no interest in his latest album, Bully. I'm firmly off the Kanye train, even though I was once a dedicated fan back when supporting him wasn't the mainstream choice. Despite my personal stance, the industry is still circling around him. Kanye is slated for back-to-back festival appearances at Wireless Festival in the UK, scheduled for the same weekend that Jay-Z will be performing his Reasonable Doubt Blueprint immersive experience at Yankee Stadium in New York. This contrast is telling. While one hip-hop titan faces intense scrutiny and potential backlash abroad, another is celebrated for revisiting his classic legacy on a global stage. It underscores the high stakes in today's music industry, where legacy, public perception, and cultural accountability intersect in real time, and where every performance can either cement your influence or expose your missteps. Across the Atlantic, Kanye's UK festival appearances are stirring serious controversy. Government officials have publicly criticized his booking, and several major sponsors have begun pulling back in response. Pepsi, the headline sponsor of Wireless Festival, announced it would withdraw from its decade-long partnership after Prime Minister Keir Starmer publicly condemned Kanye's inclusion, citing the rapper's history of anti-Semitic remarks. Following Pepsi. Diageo, parent company of Johnny Walker and Captain Morgan, and Rockstar Energy also withdrew their sponsorship, signaling a ripple effect across the festival's corporate support. PayPal, on the other hand, opted for a partial measure, requesting that its branding be removed from promotional materials while remaining financially involved in the event. The festival's remaining sponsors include Budweiser, Beatbox, and Drip, but the uncertainty looms large. Wireless Festival has been a cornerstone of the UK music scene, with Pepsi's involvement dating back to 2015 under the Pepsi Max Presence wireless partnership. This high-profile withdrawal of support raises questions not only about Kanye's participation, but about the festival's viability as a whole. The stakes are compounded by the potential denial of entry to Kanye, as UK authorities review whether his presence aligns with national standards on public safety and community respect. As the situation evolves, the Wireless Festival has become a flashpoint in the broader discussion of accountability, corporate responsibility, and the consequences that accompany celebrity influence in an era where public opinion carries unprecedented weight. Kanye's latest album, Bully, made a major commercial splash by debuting at No. 2 on the Billboard 200, a chart that tracks the most popular albums in the United States based on sales, streaming, and track equivalent units. Despite the high chart position, critics noted that Bully sounded comparatively tame, especially next to some of Ye's more controversial recent work. For example, Vulture's One, his 2024 collaboration with Ty Dolla $ign, debuted at No. 1 on the Billboard 200, securing Ye's longest streak of chart-topping projects in years. Meanwhile, the 2025 Cook Project, an album that leaked but was never officially released, generated widespread buzz online before singles were pulled, highlighting the fragmented nature of his recent output. Even in the United States, his comeback shows at SoFi Stadium were something of a paradox. The shows sold out quickly. SoFi's capacity, over 70,000 seats, was filled on multiple nights, contributing to an estimated seven-figure gate for each performance. Guest artists included Lauryn Hill, whose appearance marked one of her rare live performances, and Travis Scott, who took the stage amid elaborate visuals, including a massive half-globe rig at center field. These concerts demonstrated Ye's continued ability to draw crowds and command spectacle on a grand scale. Yet despite commercial success and star power, controversy still clung to every headline. Earlier in the year, Ye took out a full-page advertisement in the Wall Street Journal, one of the most expensive ad placements available, in which he acknowledged receiving treatment for a diagnosed brain condition following what he described as a 4-month manic episode. According to the ad, that period was marked by psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that significantly disrupted his life and relationships. Many industry observers remained skeptical of the sincerity of these statements. Critics pointed to the fact that a major Vanity Fair interview published around the same time was conducted by email rather than live conversation, fueling speculation that advisors or ghostwriters may have drafted his responses. In the age of digital PR and managed celebrity narratives, this raised questions about authenticity and whether Ye's public apologies were truly personal or strategically crafted. The controversy was not limited to pleas for understanding or explanations of mental health. Less than a year ago, Ye released a track titled Hail Hitler, a song that was swiftly removed from all major streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal, due to explicit Nazi references. According to streaming data trends, the track was among the most flagged releases in recent memory before it was pulled. Ye later reissued the song as Hallelujah, replacing Nazi imagery with Christian references, a shift that left fans and commentators wondering how one could pivot so sharply in thematic intent within such a short time frame. These figures and incidents underscore a larger truth. Kanye West remains one of the most commercially successful artists of his generation, with over 140 million records sold worldwide and 24 Grammy Awards to his name. Yet his artistic legacy is now deeply intertwined with controversy, public backlash, and debates about accountability. Behind every chart position and sold-out arena lies a complex narrative of creativity, consequence, and cultural reckoning. Kanye's live shows continue to blur the line between spectacle and defiance, turning every performance into a statement of both triumph and controversy. At SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, which holds over 70,000 fans, he boldly proclaimed to the audience, "They said I'd never be back in the States. 2 sold-out concerts. I did it. Wah." Are you going to do about it? The declaration wasn't just bravado. It was a reminder of his long history of being shut out by venues due to his unpredictable behavior and public controversies. Over the past decade, Kanye has faced numerous cancellations and restrictions, from major stadiums to private listening sessions, often forcing him to attempt impromptu or makeshift performances with minimal logistics. A practice noted even by former team members who publicly criticized the chaotic management of these events. Despite the drama and unpredictability, Kanye consistently acknowledges the fans who have remained loyal through every high and low. During the Sophie shows, he thanked the crowd for supporting him through the hard times, the low times, highlighting a paradoxical blend of vulnerability and defiance that defines his public persona. These concerts, while commercially successful and visually spectacular, featuring elaborate stage setups and guest appearances by artists like Lauryn Hill and Travis Scott, also serve as a stark reminder of the tensions surrounding his career. A commercial powerhouse operating in the midst of controversy, testing both the patience of the industry and the loyalty of his audience. The upcoming Wireless Festival in the UK marks Kanye West's first major appearance in the country in 11 years, yet the announcement has ignited immediate and intense backlash. Prominent Jewish leaders, including the Jewish Leadership Council, publicly condemned the booking, arguing that no venue or platform should provide space for an artist who has repeatedly propagated anti-Semitic messages. Their statements underscore a growing insistence within the UK that cultural institutions bear responsibility for the content they amplify and the figures they elevate. Corporate sponsors are now caught in a delicate balancing act, navigating the intersection of public sentiment, political scrutiny, and financial interest. Pepsi, the festival's headline sponsor, officially withdrew its decade-plus co-branding, while Diageo, the parent company of Johnnie Walker and Captain Morgan, followed suit. Rockstar Energy pulled back entirely, and PayPal requested the removal of its branding, though it remained financially involved. Remaining sponsors, including Budweiser, Beatbox, and Drip, face mounting pressure as public opinion and political statements, notably from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, threaten to turn corporate association into controversy. The situation highlights a rare convergence of politics, culture, and commerce. An artist's actions are no longer confined to the stage, but ripple through social, corporate, and governmental arenas, with potential long-term consequences for all involved. Even guest appearances at Kanye's shows have sparked intense debate and scrutiny. Chloe Bailey's performance at his Sophie Stadium concert became a lightning rod for controversy, with critics questioning why she would publicly support him after his highly publicized actions and statements, including past offenses directed at the children of Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Social media quickly erupted, with thousands of posts dissecting her choice, turning a single performance into a broader cultural debate about loyalty, morality, and influence. Yet Chloe Bailey, like any artist, is her own person. While the public backlash has been severe, she is not morally or legally obligated to serve as a surrogate for other people's grievances or to represent the collective conscience of the industry. This incident underscores a larger dynamic. Public figures, musicians, actors, influencers are held accountable not just for their own actions, but for the associations they choose to make. Accountability in the modern age is relentless, and consistency is often selectively applied. The hypocrisy is glaring when critics condemn Chloe for attending Kanye's show while having previously supported or excused other artists with equally troubling histories. In this environment, personal choice, public perception, and historical context collide, creating a complex cultural landscape. Every decision, whether to perform, attend, or endorse, can spark waves of reaction that ripple far beyond the immediate moment, highlighting the high stakes for those navigating fame in an era where every action is documented, debated, and dissected across millions of screens. Personally, I no longer support Kanye West. I won't stream his music, I won't play his albums, and I won't endorse his projects, regardless of their artistic merit or chart performance. This is not about dismissing creativity. His work has undeniably shaped modern hip-hop and influenced countless artists. Yet art cannot be divorced from accountability. These conversations are nuanced, and they require more than selective outrage or performative gestures. They demand consistency. If you claim to stand for principle, it must be applied across the board without exception. Fans, critics, and industry. Why players alike are being tested, not only on their taste in music, but on their willingness to confront the uncomfortable realities of power, influence, and moral responsibility. In this climate, neutrality is a luxury few can afford. Every choice to engage or disengage carries weight, shaping culture, commerce, and the legacy of those involved. Family over fame, that principle guides every decision I make. The true glory of living a righteous life is unmatched. It's a quiet power that outlasts fleeting accolades. My street knowledge, sharpened through lived experience, fused with formal education, has shaped me into an independent young mogul capable of navigating complex landscapes with precision. I move through the world with perspective, analyzing challenges from every angle like a strategist mapping a battlefield. Drama piles up constantly, personal, professional, societal, but I remain productive, turning obstacles into opportunities and making every action count. Life doesn't hand out guarantees. Resources are scarce, systems are stacked against you, and circumstances test your resolve daily. Yet ambition persists. I've had to evolve to survive, building stakes and establishing boundaries that demand respect and ensure sustainability. Every calculated risk, every lesson learned becomes part of a framework for growth. Without this evolution, I wouldn't be here today, writing, analyzing, creating, and turning adversity into triumph. This mindset transforms struggle into strategy and survival into legacy. If you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Kanye's UK controversy, Chloe Bailey's appearance, and more importantly, how do you balance accountability and personal choice in your own life? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and share this video so we can keep the conversation going. Don't just watch, engage. Let's set the standard for how culture, responsibility, and artistry intersect.